A good head and a good heart are always a great combination. Human beings have the ability to adapt to anything. In my country, first you go to jail, then you become president. One of the things I learned when I was negotiating was that until I changed myself, I couldn't change others. There is no passion in being small, in settling for a life less than you are capable of living. You put yourself on the front lines when there is danger. People will then appreciate your leadership. Extremists of all stripes thrive, fueled by the bloodlust of centuries past. If there are dreams of a beautiful South Africa, there are also roads that lead to their goal. Two of these roads could be called kindness and forgiveness. No one is born hating another person because of the color of their skin, their origin, or their religion. When a deep wound is inflicted on us, we never heal until we forgive. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The courageous man is not the one without fear, but the one who conquers that fear. May there be justice for all. May there be peace for all. May there be work, bread, water, and salt for all. Grudge is like drinking poison and hoping it will kill your enemies. We must strive for a generosity of spirit that will allow us to move beyond the hatred and conflicts of the past. I hate racism because I see it as a barbaric thing, whether it comes from a black man or a white man. It is in your hands to make a better world for everyone in it. Our march to freedom is irreversible. We must not let fear stand in our way. There have been many dark moments when my faith in humanity has been tested, but I have not been willing or able to give in to despair. Greed and power have turned brothers against each other. Overcoming poverty is not a task of charity, it is an act of justice. Like slavery and apartheid, poverty is not natural. Together, we must work to correct the flaws of the past. A man is never more truthful than when he admits he is a liar. I am basically an optimist. Whether that comes from nature or nurture, I cannot say. It always seems impossible until it's done. Only free men can negotiate. Prisoners cannot make contracts. There is no such thing as partial freedom. You will get more in this world by acts of mercy than by acts of retribution. To be free is not only to throw off your chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. If wealth is a magnet, poverty is a kind of repellent. Yet poverty often brings out the true generosity in others. No one really knows a nation until they have entered its prisons. A nation should not be judged by how it treats its highest citizens, but its lowest. The death of a human being, regardless of his or her situation in life, is always a sad and painful matter. When a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw. You can't prepare for something while secretly believing it won't happen. The habit of attending to small things and appreciating small courtesies is one of the important marks of a good person. You can succeed in delaying, but never in preventing, South Africa's transition to a democracy. As a leader of a mass organization, one must listen to the people. I never cared much about personal awards. You don't become a freedom fighter in hopes of winning awards. It's what you do with what you have, not what you get, that separates one person from another. Difficulties break some men but forge others. No axe is sharp enough to cut the soul of a sinner who keeps trying. I knew as well as I knew anything that the oppressor must be set free as surely as the oppressed. Men and women all over the world, throughout the centuries, come and go. Some leave nothing behind. Not even their name. Significant progress is always possible if we ourselves try to plan every detail of our lives and actions. We must use time wisely and always realize that the time is always right to do well. After climbing a big hill, we find that there are many more hills to climb. I have a special attachment to the people who have helped me in times of distress. It is through education that a peasant's daughter can become a doctor, that a miner's son can become the head of the mine. Our people have the right to hope, the right to a future, the right to life itself. Going to jail because of your beliefs and being willing to suffer for what you believe in is something worthwhile. Every community in our country has a fundamental right to be free from fear. The law made me a criminal, not because of what I had done, but because of what I stood for. The brave man is not the one who is not afraid, but the one who conquers that fear. What matters in life is not the mere fact of having lived. It is the difference we have made in the lives of others. When we are free of our own fear, our presence automatically frees others. I have spent my whole life dreaming of a golden age in which all problems would be solved and our wildest hopes realized. It was during those long, lonely years that my hunger for the freedom of my people became a hunger for the freedom of all people. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love, for love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. We do not want freedom without bread, nor bread without freedom. A man who deprives another man of his freedom is a prisoner of hate. He is locked behind the bars of prejudice and narrow-mindedness. I could not imagine that the future I was walking toward could compare in any way to the past I was leaving behind. It is an achievement for a man to do his duty on earth, no matter what the consequences. Our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate, but that we are powerful beyond measure. There is nothing like returning to a place that has not changed to find that you yourself have changed. The days when harsh and wicked laws offered the oppressor years of peace and tranquility are forever gone. If you speak to a man in a language he understands, it goes to his head. If you speak to him in his language, it goes to his heart. The greatest glory in life is not in never falling, but in getting up every time you fall. When the water begins to boil, it is foolish to cut off the fire. Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. I will not impose my own customs on others, nor will I follow any practice that might offend my fellow students. Money does not create success. The freedom to do so will. We too will die, but what we collectively contribute to our national cultural identity will live forever beyond us. Let your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. And if he can learn to hate, we can teach him to love. To be free is not only to throw off your chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul. When a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw. Part of being an optimist is keeping your head turned toward the sun, your feet forward. We are committed to building a comprehensive, just and lasting peace. I never lose. I win or I learn. True leaders must be willing to sacrifice everything for the freedom of their people. It is what we do with what we have been given, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. No single person can liberate a country. You can only liberate a country if you act as a collective. As long as poverty persists, there is no real freedom. Courageous people are not afraid to forgive, for the sake of peace. Forget the past. Let there be work, bread, water, and salt for all. To deny people their human rights is to deny their very humanity.